Hello YouTube, this is Call of Waters, and this is my new series called Back to Basics, and this is the first episode. It's called Class Setup, and basically I'll be going through my classes, telling you what I think are good classes and like why you should use them, kind of thing. So first of all, when you're playing Call of Duty competitively, this is specifically for. So when you're playing competitively, it's good to have like a good range of classes. You'll probably have like one or two, maybe three, which you're like most comfortable with. But it's good to have a good range so that if your team is in a bad spot, then you can change up your style of play and hopefully get the win. So, and it's also good not to all run the same classes, because then there'll be particular weak spots for you in the map. So, first of all, there are three main types of player. There's your objective-based player, your support player, and your slayer. So, the objective player is the person who's gonna like run flags for you and pretty much try and in the objective-based game modes, so like domination, capture the flag. They're gonna be the one who's just going straight to the objective, trying to cap B or something, trying to collect the flag and capture the flag, pull it back to your base. They're usually really quick and agile, very aggressive players, and they're pretty much just there to get the win. KD doesn't matter to them. And then you have your support player who's tries to stay with the objective player and gets the kills while they're doing their thing. So that they kind of the support player is halfway between the Slayer and the objective, so he's getting kills and helping the objective player as much as he can. And then there's the Slayer, and the Slayer is pretty much just focused on getting kills, and they're the people who just kind of sit in a setting up the spawn trap and just getting kills and cut-offs and that kind of thing. So, as you can see on the screen, here are my classes. This first class is pretty standard. You're going to see a lot of ACRs in competitive play because they're such a good gun. But this is my Slayer class, and typically on a Slayer class you're going to want to run an assault rifle, so that's going to be your ACR or your Type 95. And attachments you're usually going to use, you're probably going to use focus all the time, because the weakest part of the assault rifle is its close range. Long range, it has almost no recoil. If you can't deal with the recoil, stick kick on it if you really want to, but I stick with focus because I want to be able to win those close quarter combats. So I put on focus on most of my classes, and I also have a red dot because I'm okay with the iron sights on this gun, but they're not my favourite. And I've run with the red dot since Modern Warfare 2, so I'm going to stick with that. But extended mags is equally valid, and a lot of people use extended mags in competitive play. The Magnum tactical knife is standard in all my classes. It's in all of them, so that's just because you can pull it out really quickly and finish off a guy. And really it's just there to finish off people. It's not there to run around with and get kills. It's just if I need it, it's there. And also the tac knife is on it, so that if I get close enough to people, I can knife them quicker than they can knife me, hopefully. I run with the Semtex, but Semtex or frag, it's kind of your personal opinion. I prefer the Semtex because you can throw it quicker and it's like throw and forget, whereas frag you've got to kind of cook it and throw it in a different way, but you can throw it over buildings, so just something to think about there. Concussion grenades, stun grenades. I've put those on all my classes as well, because the other grenades you're allowed to use are not as good as what you probably want them to be. Like with the concussions, you get 2 of them, which is better than sometimes getting one with like smokes or EMP. I think you're allowed. But the concussion not only kind of makes it hard for the enemy to move and turn around and get you, but it also means that they can't move in a straight direction as fast. Whereas if you flash them, they can still pretty much like run to where they're going, even if they can't see where they're going. I've got sleight of hand on this because I am going for the kills. I'm not trying to like run around the map too much, so I can reload really quickly. And a bonus, I can swap to the Magnum, or if I did have a machine pistol on, I'd change that quicker than I would normally. Or if I pick up another weapon, so I pick up another ACR or PP90 maybe, I can flick to that so much quicker, which is useful for getting those kills. Quick draw is standard on all the classes because you can throw your nades quicker, you can aim down your sights quicker, and generally that's pretty much always going to be your second perk in competitive, or at least the GB variant side of competitive. Because quick warning here, you can use different things and and have different setups for different because there are two different rules. There's default ladder rules and there's the GB variant rules. These classes are all for the GB variant rules. And Dead Silence Pro, obvious, very popular perk in competitive play because a lot of people do wear headsets so they can hear you walking around. So if you want dead silence, so they can't hear you walking around, and also you have no falling damage, so an added bonus there. And your death streak it's going to have to be hollow points for GB variant because that's what it says on the rules. Don't know why it gives you a bonus if you've done badly at the start, and then you can just get an easy kill, which could quite easily win you the game in some situations. So the kill streaks or support packages, they don't really matter because in most games you're not going to be allowed to play with kill streaks, so I haven't put any on. But if you did, I'd suggest you went with like support, UAV, counter UAV, possibly ballistic vests, that kind of thing. Okay, so my next class is an objective class. It's the PP90, and on this class I have the focus because the PP90 is awesome at the close range gunfights. So as long as you can keep your bullets on target, you're going to win those 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10. It probably should be, but sometimes you do get unlucky. On this I have the extended mags because it shoots so quick, and I don't think it needs to have red dot because I'm fine with the iron sights on this. It's got focus because of those close quarters, and the only other thing that's different on this class is the extreme condition because I am running so far, and you want to get over obstacles quick and all that. You just want to be quicker as a player, and because you can move quicker with an SMG, you're going to want that as well. The UMP is another objective class. Could use as support, but I stick to objective when I use most of my SMGs. This gun I've decided to put kick on because it does have a bit of recoil, the UMP, and extended mags again because you don't want to reload when you're playing objective. You just want to run there and back and there again, pretty much. You don't want to have to stop and go, okay, reload, and then have to slow down your game a bit. It kind of doesn't lend itself well to an objective player. The MP7 with focus and extended, this is more for support than objective because the MP7 isn't so good at the close quarter stuff as the UMP or the the UMP or the PP90. It's more for longer range, but you can still run quite fast, and it's also very accurate at long range, so it's more of a support player's gun. And then the ACR, again with red dot focus, and this time with extreme conditioning, so that this is more of support player's class as well, because it does have the long range weapon of the ACR, but it has the extreme conditioning, so that if the flag carrier does go down, you can kill off the guy who killed him and then continue running that flag. So that's very important to when you're playing CTF. It's all those flag captures count. It's not on who wins, like who has the most flags at the end of one side wins the round. It's the most flags in total. So if you can, I'd probably run extreme conditioning, but yeah. There are also many other classes you can make, but these are the 5 I've worked with and the 5 I find easiest to work with. So there are some. These are obviously just guidelines for classes, so don't think that these are the only classes you can use. You can use like the type or the MK14, which if you're good with those guns, fine, go use them, because they'll be better for you probably. So, and also make sure you know what the rules are, because as I said, there are like default ladder rules and GB variant rules, and on game battles. So like in default you can use overkill, whereas in GB variant you can't. And like also on a site called I think it's called EU Esports, you're not allowed to use extended mags. So just make sure you know the rules before you play each of your games. And that's all I have to talk about really on class setup. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, and my next episode is going to be on game preparation, so hope to see you then. See ya.